Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you all were able to get some rest over the break, spend some time with family, maybe some friends, but we're safe in doing so. But we have just a couple days left in the second quarter, and we have midterms next week. So, tomorrow, Tuesday, January 5th, I will be flying back to Ohio from Arizona. So there will be no Google Meet for second period, fourth period, fifth period, and eighth period. First period and seventh period, you will still have Google Meet, and Mrs. Galvin will be with you. So let me explain what we're going to do this week. Next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you have midterms. On Tuesday and Wednesday, you will take the biology midterm. Half of it will be given to you on the 12th, and half of it will be given to you on the 13th. The 14th, Thursday, the 14th, will be a makeup day for anybody who might have missed on Tuesday and Wednesday, or it will be a day for those students who are given extended time based on their IEP or their 504. That will be their extended time that third day. So every year, the biology teachers create a study guide for both the midterm and the final. We use that midterm in two ways. One, it is a review of everything we've been doing since September, the beginning of September. And anybody who completes the entire study guide, meaning every single question, every box or chart or table is completely filled in, and you turn it in on time, you guarantee yourself a D minus on the midterm, even before taking the midterm. Okay. So let me show you. Okay. So on Tuesday, you will be reviewing chapter one. I will post the study guide for chapter one, all of the notes, and I will also post either a Kahoot or a quizzes with practice test questions from the midterm that you can practice throughout the week and then use that information that you learned from doing those practice test questions to help you on the midterm. Okay. And doing the study guide will help you on the midterm as well because it forces you to go back and look through your notes. Okay. So you can see on Tuesday, you're getting chapter one. Wednesday, you're getting chapter 17. Thursday, you're getting chapter 6. And Friday, you're getting chapter 7 and 8.1. That was on ATP. That was the last thing we did before break. Okay. I'm going to switch over here so you can see what the study guide looks like. Okay. So it says here that it must be done completely on your own. You and a friend or friends can help each other out. But if I get, say, one, two, three, four um, study guides turned in and they say exactly the same thing, word for word, that will tell me one person did the work and everybody else copied and pasted. And all four of them, say if four of them were turned in, all four would be thrown out if it looks like there's any copying and pasting going on. So please make sure you're putting your answers in your words. I cannot stress that enough. Okay. Second, it must be completely done, every single part of every question. And it will be lengthy because we have four chapters and an additional section. So this will be a lengthy study guide to complete. If you can keep up with what I'm giving you each day, then you should be fine. But you also have the weekend and you have next Monday to work on it as well. Okay. All of it, all four parts of it are going to have to be done by Monday, January 11th 2021, which we're in 2021. Woohoo, we got out of 2020 alive. Um, by 11:59 p.m. No exceptions. If you turn it in at midnight on 11 or January 12th, that doesn't count. Okay? So you have to pay attention to make sure you're answering everything and that you turn it in on time and that your answers are in your own words. So let me kind of show you an example here of what I mean by completing it 100%. Here's number one. It says, what is the most typical order in which the steps of the scientific method are applied to an investigation? So you go back into the notes that are posted and you look for those 5 steps that are kind of the typical order. Remember, there is no one scientific method, but there is kind of a typical order in general. You would put those steps here in this column. Then part B says to briefly explain what happens in each of these steps. Over here, you need to describe what is done during that step. So, for example, step one is make observations, ask a question. Description, I would use qualitative and quantitative observations to start off with making inferences or an educated guess based on my observations. Okay, that would be a description. Then you go on to part two. So, all of these boxes need to have an answer in them. It's usually the description where I start to pick up on students that are just copying and pasting from another student because they don't want to take the time to think about how to put their description in their own words. Um, so, this is typically where I kind of catch students trying to just copy and paste. So, please make sure your answers are in your own words. I think I've already said that 3 or 4 times. So, that should tell you it's important. All right, number two says, what is the difference between a hypothesis, a theory, and a law? So you're going to give me the definition of each of those. Part B says to give me an example of each. All right. Number 3A, what is the difference between qualitative and quantitative observations? That does not mean just define qualitative and assume I know what quantitative means. It means you have to make a distinction between both types of observations. Same thing here with 3B. You need to make a distinction between an inference and a hypothesis. Okay, so here, number 4 says identify 3 differences between science and pseudoscience. So you would put your differences here in these first 3, and then give me an example of a science and give me an example of a pseudoscience. So hopefully you guys are seeing that you have to answer all parts of every question. This one here says explain why it's important to have peers review or repeat scientific investigations. Include the terms ethics, unbiased, sample size, and underline them in your explanation. If I don't see those 3 words and they're not underlined, you did not follow the directions, you did not complete the study guide 100%. So you guys really have to be careful when you read the questions to make sure you're hitting every part of that question and you're not leaving anything out. If you have any questions about the study guide, about how the study guide works as far as it is applied to your midterm. So, again, if you complete all 4 parts, you do them 100%. You turn them in on time, you guarantee yourself a D minus on the midterm before you even take the midterm. So if you fail the midterm and you've done all of this, you still have a passing grade and you get that point for your midterm towards your 4 points in passing biology for the year. If you guys have questions, please put questions in Google Classroom under the assignments. Email me. I will answer your questions the best that I can. And then I will see you guys on Wednesday in Google Meet and we can go over any additional questions you might have at that point. Tomorrow, remember, I'm flying home, so I will be on an airplane for a while, and I can't get to my email at that time. So if I don't get to you tomorrow during the day, it might be in the evening when I get home, or I'll just answer questions on Wednesday when we meet during Google Meet session. So, um, hope you all are doing well, and I will see you all on Wednesday.